Welcome back to Inside the Well Space. I'm Kathy O'Brien. Today's conversation is about something so fundamental to our well-being, yet it's often overlooked. It's the healing power of touch. We tend to think of massage as a luxury, something you treat yourself to once in a while. But in reality, therapeutic touch can be life-changing, even life-saving, especially for those who are navigating illness and recovery. I know this actually firsthand from my own experience. My phenomenal guest, Jennifer Cooper, knows this firsthand as well. She is a New York State licensed massage therapist with advanced training in oncology massage and hospital-based massage for the seriously ill. As the clinical manager for massage therapy services at the Dubin Breast Center, Mount Sinai West, and Mount Sinai in Chelsea, Jennifer works with patients every day, offering massage, reflexology, guided meditation, and Reiki to manage stress, ease symptoms, and create moments of calm in the most challenging circumstances. Jennifer's path here was anything but linear, from a career in modern dance and photography to her own experiences with cancer treatment, to becoming a doula and specializing in palliative care. Along the way, she discovered that touch can profoundly shift the body's physiology, calming the nervous system, reducing stress hormones, and helping patients reconnect to themselves. In our conversation, we'll explore how medicinal massage works, why touch is essential to healing, and how you can bring more of it into your own life, whether you're facing illness, supporting someone who is, or simply wanting to feel more grounded and well. So with that, let's step inside the well space with the phenomenal Jennifer Cooper.
Well, hello. Thank you so
Hi.
much for having me here. That was an amazing introduction. I've never had an introduction like that. I just want you to walk around with me every day. It's like every person has their soundtrack music, and I have that.
Well, I'm so happy. And like you said before, oh, that sounds good. I was like, no, but it's you. It's actually just you. It's the story of you. So I am really grateful that you're here with us today because you are this sort of like magic bubble of healing.
Yeah.
And I'm so happy that people can like actually see you, but also hear about what you do. And so I just want to sort of tee this up and just let everybody know how we know each other, if that's okay. So Jennifer and I met because, I'm the chairman of this company called Naturopathica, which is botanical, clinically proven skincare and spas. And we're all about the healing power of touch. That's what we talk about. That's what we do. When I got there, I had all of our massage therapists and estheticians trained and certified in oncology treatment care. So that way we could treat people in our own spas who were healing from or going through cancer treatment, just because cancer is it's everywhere now. So I thought as a healing company, that's something we should just do. So we also simultaneously made a partnership with Mount Sinai Hospital in Manhattan. Our massage therapists go in to help them with their program of touching people while they're going through chemotherapy. Jennifer runs that program. We met, we immediately connected. And then sort of like as an adjunct to that, I then came down with breast cancer. It sounds like a cold. Like, oh, I came down with breast cancer. Me and one in 8 gals, me and my, compadres. Anyhow, I got the breast cancer. I had to do some chemotherapy. And Jennifer, like the first day I was there, I didn't tell anybody like that, that I was there and part of Naturopathica. I just was like a patient. And I ended up like meeting Jennifer for the first time while I was in a chemo room, and she actually gave me a massage. And I think I started crying probably. Anyhow.
We had moments.
We did. So that's enough of me talking. You, Jennifer, you, one of the things you said to me when we were preparing for this was, which I wrote it down because it was like your last sentence, but I think it's like, should be our first. You said, our life is a cyclical existence with touch as the through line. Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah. And I had just said that, and now it makes sense. Mm-hmm. I think, and it's true. We're born and we die.
Right.
And everything in between. And I feel lucky that I've been able to now work in that cyclic existence with
like circle of life.
Yeah. Circle of life, but being able to be in that through touch. Mm. And it's amazing how life sort of guides you to this.
If you're open to it. I think if you're open to it, you end up where you're meant to be.
For sure.
Why don't you tell us, just share your story is fascinating and beautiful and inspiring in that you came to be where you are, and you are so you are so magical and helpful to so many and healing. Please. Go for it.
It's my rainbow unicorn job is what my team, we all call that. That is our job because it's amazing. We love getting up every day and going to work and doing what we do. And also, in my private practice, it's the same thing. I'm so excited to see people and do this work. But it started retired dancer and also was in the photography production world. Loved it all. I wasn't fulfilled in any way. And being a dancer, you're always involved in touch, especially with modern dancer. And I was always the one in the company that would just do body work for people. I had no formal training.
Like you just innately knew how to touch people.
And we were always injured. I mean, just always like really bad injuries. But, I would just get in there and twist and move things around. And it was just a very normal thing. And my mid to late 30s, I decided to just have a complete career change and decided to apply for massage school. Wow. I had no idea really what that meant. Besides going in and getting a license. And it's a 16-month program. So it's quite a long time. Yeah. And I started and still in there, like not knowing really where is this going to lead. Yep. Smack dab in the middle of massage school, I was diagnosed with breast cancer on my very first mammogram.
Stop. On your very first mammogram?
Yes, I should have bought a lottery ticket.
Oh my God. They're like, bonus. Look at you, girl.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
Lord.
I was.
But can I say thank God for mammograms?
Oh, I am so grateful because to be honest, I might have been one of those people that pushed it off. It's just sort of my, who needs it? Right. And I had a GP that was really, really like, you should get your baseline.
Good.
And I did. And right out of the gate.
How old were you?
I was 39 at that mammogram. And then when I was by the time I was diagnosed and everything came through, I was 40.
So you were 40 when it all, like happy 40th.
Exactly. Yeah. And
I was almost 62. So I was like happy sick that, when I was over finished my 59th year, turned 60, I was like, oh, there we go.
Yeah. I mean, just a shock because I really, at that point in life, I didn't know anyone who had had breast cancer. None of my friends. Yeah. A couple of great aunts had it, but it wasn't in my world. It wasn't circling in my mind at all. So I was the only friend that had it as well. So I was in massage school and contemplated dropping out because I didn't know how this was going to go. And I had this moment of like, don't drop out. We were the only class at the massage school that was all female.
Oh, okay.
So there was 10 of us and it was all women in my class.
That's lovely that it was so personal and small.
Yeah. And so I decided I'm going to stay because where else is there a wellness place than going to like a massage school?
Seriously.
Where you're getting massages every day.
Right.
So I stayed in school as best I could and I went through the rest of the year going through treatment.
What was your treatment?
My treatment was surgery and radiation and then tamoxifen.
Got it.
And I got through. It wasn't always easy.
It's not easy.
But I received massage the entire time. Wow. And it changed everything for me.
Yeah.
It's almost hard to explain because it's a feeling.
Yeah.
Because it's so hard going through not only the diagnosis, but the change in your body, the who am I now? What am I going through? Where is this going to go? Am I going to die? I don't know.
Every bit of it.
All of it.
Every bit of it. Constant.
Everything. And the monkey brain.
Yes.
The only thing that would bring me into the moment and quiet all that was touch.
Wow.
And that is where the turning point when I said, when I'm out of massage school, this is what I'm going to do. It was almost a gift because I didn't want to work in a spa.
No.
I didn't want to try and figure it out. I knew right away that I wanted to work with cancer patients.
You're a healer.
Mostly with breast.
You're a healer. Like that is what it is. Healer.
I mean, I felt the importance of the touch. Yeah.
Yeah. It was a calling.
Yeah. I didn't even second guess what I needed to do.
That is a beautiful thing. And you know what's remarkable to me, also having experienced it, we think about, like I said before, like massage as luxury or as not fluff, but sort of over here unnecessary, when in reality, when you are so in touch with your body, which you are, I mean, certainly you were as a dancer, but when you get sick like that or afflicted, I hate to say sick, but I feel like we were afflicted for a minute and then we fixed it. Like we grabbed it.
Right.
But you really realize how your body operates. Because when you 100%. Get that touch, right? You get that touch and all of a sudden everything changes, doesn't it?
Everything.
Energy, physical and emotional, like you can sleep, everything.
Yes. I mean, nothing like illness, pain, sickness brings you into the moment. When you are in pain, there is nowhere else that you are but in that moment with that pain.
Yeah.
And sure, you can take pain medicine, and thank God it exists, but that can help ease the pain. But it's amazing how touch can also change that pain, but it can change the experience. And also, I think it gives the person experiencing it more power because we facilitate someone else to go into the relaxation response. Oh, I'm not doing it for you when I give you a massage. It's your body going into the relaxation response, but I'm facilitating that. So I think it's like we can take ownership of like, oh, I can get myself into that place where I feel okay. I feel calm. I'm not running from a lion. No. I can help ease some of this pain, the emotions that are going with it, that we have that power.
Yes.
Massage therapy can just help facilitate that.
Isn't that beautiful? Yeah. It really is beautiful. And you know, when I experienced it, when you and your phenomenal team would be so generous to come and, you know, when I'm sitting in a chemo chair and all of those of us who have been through it, and then to give you that love and attention is, you know, I would oftentimes go into a meditative state almost. Yes. Right? And you see it. I'm sure you experience it.
Absolutely. Especially like with foot reflexology. I find that, you know, in my private practice, I had a client I had for years, and she always, you know, had just regular Swedish massage. And then after I was certified in reflexology, she said, oh, let me try it out. Yeah. So we started doing reflexology. She said, I don't want a massage anymore. I just want reflexology. Really? She said when she was getting the full body massage, she was always noticing where the aches and pains were and, you know, what was tight. But she said with reflexology, she was able to go into a place of meditation and really zone out. But if I were to yell, oh, there's a fire in the building, you need to leave, she would have been able to get up and go. Okay. But it was the only time that she could actually go to that level of meditation for herself.
Beautiful. And that's
through that because it's focused. I mean, I would do an hour, 30 minutes on each foot for her. Oh my gosh. And she would just float.
Jen, are you still in private practice?
I am.
We need to talk after this because that sounds really awesome.
But that's what I focus on.
And then
now.
We could have our rosé.
I mean, I used to do deep tissue massage because that's everybody wants deep tissue massage. And I mean, I had to massage a couple of football players. I used to massage the firefighters, on marathon day, which was really amazing because it was for a good cause. But I'm like, what am I doing?
Why?
I'm strong, but I am not that strong. And what I was realizing with the deep tissue, I was providing a service.
Right.
And then that was over. And I personally was like, there are plenty of people that are really good at doing sports massage. Right. They should be doing that. It's not what I wanted.
But how great that you learned that too about yourself. But what a phenomenal coterie of people to experience that with.
Yeah.
Oh, it was
a blast. It was a blast.
You know, now that you bring up the deep tissue thing, you mentioned this when we've spoken in the past, we speak so often, but you said something about deep tissue massage not necessarily being the greatest thing for everybody because it can cause inflammation.
Yes. Well, for those of us that are working in the hospital system, we have to modify everything we are doing based on each person's, where they are in the moment. And we do a medical intake with each person, but we also find out where they are. But to do a really good deep tissue massage, we want to get the area red, which they call hyperema. But you take your elbow and you dig in there and you can see it. You can see the tissue gets red. That's bringing inflammation and blood to the area, which when you're healthy, that's wonderful. That's great, especially after post-workout. If you have an injury and you're, getting treated by the physical therapist and using massage as well. So it has its place and it's wonderful. But in a hospital setting, to cause inflammation in a body, which is already going through a lot through chemotherapy, is not a good combination. They're not going to feel great, but you can still have the same benefit with actually adjusting your pressure. And I think a lot of people don't understand that. They feel like no pain, no gain.
Right.
And we get that question all the time from brand new patients. They're like, oh no, feel free to go harder. And I'm like, I sure can, but I'm not going to.
Right.
And there's a million reasons why. Yeah. And, they might have blood clots. They might be on blood thinners. Their platelets might be low. I don't need to bruise somebody, but also I don't want to use touch and have somebody have a bad reaction to a massage. And then they associate not feeling well with a massage.
With a massage.
So it's knowing when to adjust that.
Right. That's so beautiful. And it is something that's learned, really.
But
that's why it's
very
so special.
difficult for massage therapists to switch over. So most of my team, the hardest thing for them when they come to work for me in the hospital is their pressure.
Oh.
That is the hardest because we are so used to that, like deeper.
Yeah.
Need to go stronger. I don't feel it. It doesn't hurt.
Right.
And that is, because I had to work at a spa when I first was out and that's all I was doing. Yeah. And then in the hospital, you have to really dial it back. And so far, patients that do complain, you can go deeper. We don't. They never complain after.
Okay, good.
They don't complain saying, it would have been better if it was deep because we're not there to fix anybody. We're there to support them in where they're at in that moment.
They don't even know. Yeah. Honestly, when you're going through it, you're like, I don't know what's going on here.
Yeah.
No clue. All I know is like, that's what I know.
Exactly. Exactly.
Well, what takes more energy? Is it the energy that you're giving to a patient that you're working on who you know is going through this fragile situation? So you're doing a lighter pressure, or does it take more energy on a person not going through this and giving them like a deep tissue massage?
Deep tissue massage for me personally, that takes way more energy. Right. I would say it took me a couple of years of working in the hospital to really understand I am not giving anybody my energy and I'm not taking anybody's energy. I have to really have really good boundaries, touch boundaries up. And that changed everything because when I was first working in the hospital, I would come home and go to bed at 6 p.m. I'm like, why am I so tired? But it wasn't an ache.
No.
Because sometimes, I do 15 massages, 16, sometimes more. Yeah. But it wasn't I was tired. It was an emotional thing. I wasn't sure how to deal with the emotions. Yeah. And then I really realized that I keep my energy. They keep their energy. Right. We share space together. Right. And then I have a ritual when I leave. I walk across Central Park every day to get to the subway that I call it like forest bathing, like in Japan.
Oh, that's so smart.
I don't use my phone. I walk through, but my goal is the moment I leave the hospital and the moment I go swiping in the subway, the day is there.
Wow.
And I let it go. And I actually now I'm really good at that. I don't bring my work home anymore. I mean, there's always somebody that will slip through the cracks that you have a real connection with, but it's my job. Yep. I love it. Yep. But I'm not there to take anybody's energy. No. I don't want that energy and nobody wants my energy. I'm there just.
You've got good energy. I'd take your energy.
But I'm there to help wherever they are in that moment for them to feel relaxed and safe.
You know what? Okay. That's beautiful. I would love to call out / underline / highlight the fact that you are able and you consciously were able to do that, to say, all right, this is my thing. I'm going to every day put my coat on, walk across the park and forest bathe and leave it. And like you can feel it almost falling off of you as you go through and just like let your mind go. And then you appear on the other side. Yeah. I mean, I would like to consciously do that.
I think everybody needs to do that. If we have,
that's helpful
for jobs, relationships, and family, all these things. Yeah. And because I realized quickly I was not going to be able to sustain what I was doing at the hospital. And I loved it so much that I knew I had to figure out what I wasn't doing right or what was happening. And I realized I collect stories all day, but I do not need to take them home with me.
That's okay. This is a nugget, gals. Yeah. This is a nugget because I've done that my whole life. I feel like we're sort of like slipping into a therapy session right now, which I love. Yeah. No, because I think a lot of us, especially women, you do that. We do that in our lives just because we take on so much and it's easy to just go. And then you have to think about it and figure it out while you're home. And then you finish this and maybe your kids go to bed or whatever it is. And then you pick it up again. So I love that.
I mean, we have to as women, especially to be able to let go of these things. Like our team is very, very close and we always have conversations. Yep. I try to connect with everybody each day. We talk about what went right. And we also talked about what went wrong. And we also talk about what can we do better tomorrow. And it's so helpful. And I think we had talked about it before. I think last time that I was saying, if I'm really angry or frustrated, I write. Yeah. But I write it on a piece of scrap paper and then I throw it away because I no longer keep negative
energy
stuff in my house.
Right?
Like all my journal, I was keeping a journal since I was 8, but it was all like, woe is me and mom.
Yeah.
And it's just
I get sick of myself.
dumb.
I know.
And so anytime I need to get something I'm angry or frustrated about, I write it out and I just shred it and throw it away.
Okay. This is another nugget.
It's so great.
I think we're going to call this nuggets from Jennifer.
I love it.
No, because that's good too, because, I've gone off and on with journals my whole life too. And I picked one up again because somebody said you should just mind dump. But I really don't like to complain. Because I feel like it's a waste of time.
Oh yeah. No.
And I also don't want to sit in negative energy. I really don't.
Absolutely not.
So I like this. I feel like I'm picking up a lot, girl.
Yeah. You know what? Every day we get up, and I've learned this from a patient in the past who said, every day you got to get up. No one likes a negative Nelly, is what she said to me, and you have to put your earrings on. Oh. And this is probably about 12 years ago. I have not forgotten those words.
Put your earrings on.
Every day when I get up, I'm not going to be a negative Nelly, and I'm going to put my earrings on, no matter what. Right? Even in COVID.
Yeah.
Put those earrings on.
And Leonard Lauder would say, put your lipstick on.
Yep. And don't walk around being a negative
No,
Nelly.
Nobody wants to hear about it. Don't tell me you're tired. I don't want to hear about it.
We all are.
Everyone's tired.
Everyone's struggling.
Right?
Yes. We are all barely staying afloat. We're jumping out of the airplane without a parachute. All of us collectively.
I hope not.
Yeah, I hope not. But
I know what you mean.
So if we can support each other and figure out ways to
Yes.
Yeah.
Man,
reset.
You're good, woman.
I try.
Let's talk about your history too, because you started at Sloan Kettering, right?
After I graduated massage school, I thought, well, I'm just going to go work in a hospital.
Yeah.
And I didn't know about extra training. So I was applying to hospitals and they were just like, who are you? And no. And so luckily at that time, I'm not sure if they're still doing it. MSK had this wonderful 2-part series to go and be trained in oncology massage.
Wow. Just exactly what you wanted.
And it was in person then.
Perfect when that happens.
Oh, it was amazing. It was such a great education. So I went and I did the training and I was just blown away. And also it just fulfilled the idea like, this is what I want to do. Right. And so of course, immediately the next day I applied to work at Sloan Kettering and they were like, oh no, you need 3 years experience in a hospital. And
to work here?
To work here.
Oh.
And I thought, but I just did your training.
That's a tease.
Yes. And I said, well, I'll just volunteer. Oh no, we don't take volunteers. At the time.
Oh.
So, this was like in 2008 and I was so heartbroken because I thought, how are you supposed to work in a hospital if you don't have the experience? But I just did all this training and so again, I was so lucky. I was at the right place at the right time and I applied. Mount Sinai had at that time a voluntary massage program in the palliative care.
Let's talk. Yeah, keep going. I want to talk about that.
I applied to that and the gentleman said, it's full right now, but when a position opens up, we'll call you. The next day he said, someone dropped out. Would you like to come in and interview? And I said, yes.
I'll be there in 5 minutes.
Yep. Came in and we hit it off. And
of course you did.
So I became a volunteer in palliative care for, almost 3.5 years. And
can I just underscore right there the volunteer part of it too is, yes, be a volunteer. Of course, be a volunteer. Go volunteer wherever you want.
I didn't know what I was doing. No. Just because I had that training at MSK didn't mean I could just go into a hospital and start working.
So 3 years, you got your 3 years experience.
Yep. It was like getting a master's degree because I was following around JD Elder, who was my mentor. And it was a phenomenal experience. And I just learned so much. And then I was at the right place at the right time when the Dubin Breast Center was just about to open. Yeah. Eva Dubin was looking for a massage therapist. So she went to the palliative care department and said, is anyone there specialized in oncology massage for breast cancer? And it was like, I do.
In fact, I am like the needle in the haystack, by the way.
Yep.
Yes.
And so we met and she said, I would like to hire you to start a program. And I said, that's fantastic.
I just got goosebumps to start a program. So now you have said on a couple of things, you said right place, right time, right place, right time. Yep. This is meant to be.
And now I believe it even more so. At that time, I didn't realize it, but now in life,
you put it out there though.
It's been training me to do the things I've done in probably the last 5 years of my life.
Unbelievable.
Yep.
So you met Anna Dubin. She said, come, and then you start this.
She said, start a massage program.
Wait a second. Before we go there, can we just talk for a minute about palliative care?
Yeah.
Because you were also a doula, right?
Yes.
Was that at the same time as the palliative care stuff?
Yes.
Okay. Can you just explain what exactly is palliative care? What goes into it? And what exactly did you do as a doula?
Okay. Well, for palliative care, it's not necessarily end of life. It's symptom management.
Okay.
So palliative medicine is symptom management.
Okay.
So you can come into the hospital, let's say you're admitted and you have excruciating pain. They don't know why. They're admitting you to help symptoms with your pain management.
Okay.
And once that's balanced out, you can get released to go home.
Okay.
Sometimes it is a transition into hospice and end of life, but there is no timeline for palliative medicine.
Got it.
It's just supportive care.
Making you feel better.
It is wonderful medicine.
Wow.
I encourage everyone to really read more about what palliative medicine is.
Yeah.
And so I really got to work with some of the sickest patients, but have the most amazing experience. And it wasn't just cancer. It's all illness.
Everything. Right.
And so I was learning, but I was also at the time a birth doula. So a lot of times I was on call looking at my watch or my phone, waiting for a phone to ring to have to quickly go to a birth, which happened once when I was in the middle of a volunteer shift where I'm like, I gotta go help somebody have her baby. And so, doing both at the same time, was a real incredible balance, because this appreciation for, watching somebody bring life into the world and then working with people that are suffering so much. So it was this kind of incredible balance.
You are so
but also
special.
Exhausting.
God, you're special. Holy mackerel.
I love it. But I connect more with illness and end of life than I do with birthing.
Really?
And I don't know, maybe it's because I'm not a mother. I'm not sure. I mean, I love it. To witness birth is incredible. I got to witness a home birth and be a part of a home birth. I mean, it's incredible.
Wow.
But my deep comfort level is with illness and end of life.
Interesting.
Yeah, it is interesting.
But lucky for the people that you touch that are able to experience your energy, because it really is energy.
It is. It's being present and and being there for whatever they might need in that moment. And most times when people are in a really stressor moment, they don't know what they need.
No. You know what though? You said to me once when you were talking about, I think you were giving me massage when I was hooked up to chemo.
Oh,
and I was like, tell me your story. And you said that when you started the Dubin program, you would like hold people's hands and trying to convince the doctors. Can you get into that? Because that was really fascinating to me.
I really didn't, to be honest, I didn't have any idea what it meant to start a massage program. I was a little overwhelmed by that idea. I knew what to do hands-on, but, Dubin is so special because it's a comprehensive center. So everything is there. So we have, chemo is there, radiology, mammogram, ultrasound, biopsies, surgeries in the next building. So everything is there. So I got to surround myself with all of it.
Yeah.
And I didn't really understand, what am I going to do? Where am I needed the most? Yeah. And I had this kind of, come to Jesus moment where I'm like, well, I'm going to let them tell me what they need, meaning the patients.
Oh, well.
Because everyone else is busy doing their thing.
But
I was just
beautiful?
there.
But shouldn't that just be what it is in general from a medical standpoint?
Yeah, giving them some power, because
Listen to them.
A lot of times we don't have power when we're patients. We're told what we need to do. So I started
I ask a lot of questions.
Kind of doing that. Oh, I do too. They don't like that so much, but it's okay.
Don't care.
Yeah.
Keep going.
And so I really sort of let it organically transform into the program it is now by asking people, what do you need? And so I started in radiology because people with a history of breast cancer or high risk getting mammograms and ultrasound, the energy tension in there is you can cut it with a knife.
Yeah.
Scanxiety is a real thing.
Scanxiety.
So we decided to start doing
that like
massage in there.
Sharknado?
Exactly. Yeah. Cause people are like hovering.
Oh yeah.
And that was a perfect place to start massaging. So I would massage people before they would go in for their mammogram or ultrasound.
That's beautiful.
And then one day I was massaging a woman and I didn't know she was having a biopsy.
They're the worst, the biopsies.
Oh yeah. And she grabbed my hand and just said, come in there with me. And I was like, oh, I don't know if they're going to let me. And she was like, ask.
Yeah.
So I asked the radiologist and the first question the radiologist said, why? And I said, I don't know, but I think we connected.
She's nervous. Yeah.
And I'm just going to go in there and I'm just going to hold her hand. Yeah. And so they were like, okay. So I went in and I just stood at the head of the table. Your arm is up over your head. Yep. And I held her hand, some acupressure points.
Nice.
And then also held underneath her head.
Nice.
And I was just focusing on her. I wasn't watching the biopsy. I wasn't interested in anything else. My energy was all just making sure she was okay.
Oh my gosh.
And the biopsy went amazing. And after that, we started having radiologists asking us to go into biopsies. Now we get referrals all the time. Nervous patient, go into room 3. And it's amazing. It's just having somebody come in there that's only dedicated for you to make sure you're comforted and feel okay about a situation that is really uncomfortable, really scary.
Really scary.
It's amazing, but it started to me realizing how much more powerful touch really is.
But isn't that
presence?
Yes.
I mean, intentional presence.
Yes. Oh,
like my intention is for them.
Yeah.
And I always ask them, I don't go in there and just impose what I think they need. No. I ask them, are you the type of person that likes to go inside, or do you like the distraction? There's 2 different people going in for these procedures. And so if they like distraction, I got you. And I can have the conversations.
Yep.
If they like to go inside, I won't say a word to them. But if I don't ask them what they need or want, and you're trying to have a conversation with someone that likes to go inside, that's going to trigger stress.
It will. And they won't want to tell you.
No,
because
feel bad.
But they're also grateful that you're there.
Yeah.
So you don't want to seem ungrateful.
So it's giving patients more power too, to say, what do you want? You're going in for this biopsy. No one else is going to ask you what you want emotionally. No. But that's what I'm going to ask. And so that's been really helpful. And then we had another patient ask us, she needed an MRI to go into her surgery. If you're claustrophobic, going into an MRI is not a really great place. So now we go in with patients to the MRI room. For breast MRIs, you're on there like Superwoman and your hands are out.
Yep.
So we hold the acupressure points on their hands during the entire MRI. And it gets them through it. We have never had anyone call the panic button since we've started doing that.
I wish you had done that for mine. I didn't even know about that.
Exactly. And it's like whether, sometimes patients say, oh, I'm fine. I'm not scared. And I said, you don't have to use our services if you're scared.
Yeah.
It's just a comforting support.
Yeah.
And laying there is uncomfortable. So it is nice to have a massage after, because your shoulders are like this. Your hands have gone numb.
Yeah. And you're also sort of shell-shocked.
Yeah, it's very loud in there.
You're shell-shocked and you're scared about what's going on and you don't know what the outcome's going to be.
You know why you're in there. You're not in there to get a dental cleaning.
No.
They're in there looking for cancer.
Well, exactly.
So that adds a level of stress that, sometimes some grounding touch.
Yep.
And just a presence can really change that experience for somebody.
Yeah. Well, I think the presence thing is really important too. And, and you and your whole team, like everybody is just right there, which is, as you are right now too, you can see what this is.
Right.
What you do.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's amazing. And you were talking about the physiology of the body, and that massage always makes it feel energized and better.
Yeah, because we go into, you and I were talking about homeostasis and sort of that, the internal balance that the body wants to be in. Your heart rate, your temperature, your blood pressure.
We want that, don't we?
We want that. But then if you think about an external component, maybe, you lost your cell phone. That's going to be the same reaction as if you see maybe a lion coming to run after you. The body just knows, panic mode.
Yeah.
I've lost my cell phone and a lion's running after me. So I'm going to go into the sympathetic, which is the fight and flight.
And we all live in that. A lot of us live in that on a regular basis. We live in that.
We don't know how to undo that any longer.
Yeah.
Animals
because
can.
It's so normal.
Animals, you see it on the TV. You see an animal run from the jaguar. The moment they're safe, they're like, oh, look at that flower. I'm going to eat. Go, play with my elephant friends.
Yeah.
We don't know how to do that. We stay in this level, which is terrible. But massage can also help get you into the parasympathetic, which is the rest and digest.
Right.
I mean, and it's really a nice way to try and start training the body to get out of that stress level. But little things now, we go to the supermarket and maybe the person in front of us is annoying us, but it's stressing us out and we're starting to do this.
Yes.
And we're squirting cortisol in our body and we're like, why am I stressed about this?
Right. Right. Why don't I just stay home and order it? No, I'm just kidding.
No, but exactly.
But it can turn us into hermits, honest to God. Like, just because if you get so stressed out, we're in New York, so it's
everything
feels like everything is
like
stressful.
Just getting on the time. But we do know that massage does turn the relaxation on in our body and get us into the rest and digest.
And the dopamine,
and that is something that
serotonin, and how that is released, and the benefit, like what that does to you.
And that's really what I focus on in the hospital.
Yeah.
And also more in my private practice now, but of just trying to also to let people feel to recognize how that feels. Most of us don't know what it feels like to be in a relaxation space.
No.
We're actually high on it. You look at Instagram, that's kicking in that adrenaline rush, which is, and it's great to have it. We need that. We need to be able to have that rush to get out of danger, to do things.
Yeah.
But if we're getting that for feel good things too, like, whoa, that's
not good.
No. So we do need to start doing things for our body that gets us out of that. And that is what's wonderful about massage. Getting chemotherapy is a stressful event, but having a massage during it.
Yeah. Helps.
Helps.
You know, when I was going through that, I also was working it was very, very, very high stress role, that I had at the time. And it was like awful. I mean, I would wake up every morning and I would literally open my eyes and feel it right here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yep.
And then had the chemo on top of it. At the end of the year, I decided to make a change and shifted my role so that I could take care of my body and everything, my mind, everything. Yeah. So fortunately, I was able to do that and became so aware of my body, and literally had to take a nap every afternoon. I was so tired from it all. You know, so when you let go of the fight or flight that we all live in, your body just kind of like collapses.
It's like I need to recover.
Yes.
From this, because this is foreign.
Yes.
Relaxation is foreign.
Yes. But it was almost prompted the feeling of feeling my body, because I felt so disassociated from it.
Yeah.
Was prompted by the massage therapy, because it really does help you in the moment feel what's going on, good and bad, you know?
Exactly. It's so true. I mean, we ask our patients all the time, we always have to ask them if they're having any pain today. And then we have to ask them to rate the pain, because we're in the hospital. But I always ask them, what does it feel like in your body? Yeah. And it might be very obvious. They might have a tumor somewhere where, that really hurts.
Yeah.
Or it's a stressful thing. And I'm like, point to where that feels.
Yeah.
Like a lot of women are here.
Feel it here.
Some people like in their hands and wrists.
Isn't that interesting?
Low back. It's different for everybody.
Yeah.
Hips, feet, ankle.
Wow.
But it's bringing that awareness there.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, well, let's see what we can do to see if we can relieve some of that tension.
Right.
Because that's a lot of that is tension. If it's a physiological thing, that's one thing. Oh, you have arthritis in your knees. Right. Well, sure, that's going to hurt. But when we're stressed out, you can pretty much, if you ask yourself, where am I feeling this stress right now?
Yeah.
You can point to it. Might be a headache, twitching of an eye, your ears are vibrating or ringing.
If you let yourself be quiet enough. And that's the other thing that you and I were talking about was just the breathing. Just the breath work and you talk about it too. You actually do talk about it while giving a massage. Absolutely. Is the breathing and take a couple of breaths, and it really does turn things down, doesn't it?
It does. And it's hard because sometimes when we're in a stressful mode and someone's telling us, just take it easy, take a breath. You're stressed out. That almost makes it worse. But I've got a really easy one that, we sort of do before I ever walk into a client's home or a patient's room. Call it 2 feet, 1 breath.
What's that?
2 feet.
This is where I am.
Grounding. And 1 breath. Then you go in. But if you're just going in, you're bringing everything you just brought in from wherever you just happened. But it's for everything in life.
I was just going to pause again.
Yes,
our friends and say this is yet another Jennifer Cooper nugget, which is 2 feet, 1 breath. And but think about that, because we rush from thing to thing to thing.
Yeah, I learned this in some mindfulness training, and it was just this it's such a simple thing, but it was like the light went off.
Yeah,
and now if I just stand in a room and take a pause, hit the hand sanitizer, and then I'm like 2 feet, 1 breath. It grounds me, and then I can go into that space, and I'm not already ahead of myself.
No.
I'm in that moment. But everyone can do that before you need to ask an important question in a doctor's office. As a patient. Put your feet on the ground and take that one breath. And it's amazing how much more grounded and that you can ask that question. But if you're 10 steps ahead of yourself and you're whirling and you're asking important questions, you're not even hearing the answers. Sometimes you're not even really hearing what you're saying.
No.
So we have to stop, to take 10 deep breaths. Who has that time? No one. But you.
It's time to breathe 10 times.
So annoying.
About it.
Who wants to do all that? But you can do 2 feet, 1 breath.
I love that because that is exactly what you had said, that people need to find a place to restore and reboot. And this is sort of part of that. You got to find a place where you heal and take time, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And it's not a luxury. It's a necessity.
Yeah. And you can do that. We were talking about all the things you can do while you're going to the bathroom. The exercises. You can do 2 feet, 1 breath while you're in the bathroom.
Totally.
You can do your shoulder rolls.
That. Yes. I love that. Like as you're in the bathroom.
Yep.
Just use your time.
Don't stay there too long, but you're in there for a couple minutes. Yeah. And if you're going to the bathroom 5, 10 times a day, you're doing your shoulder rolls.
Look at that.
Just doing a breath. Just take a moment.
This is where we can put it in to our day.
In the bathroom.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
Because who has time? No one has time to do these things, but you have time to go to the bathroom, so might as well add it on to that.
I love it.
Yes.
And it's a little physical therapy.
Yes,
mindfulness.
Do your neck rolls, your shoulder rolls.
Doing it right.
Have a moment, shaking out your hands, which is this is a great thing. Good. Screaming the vowels into a pillow. You have to do that when no one's around because people might call the police. But it is a really great way to sort of reboot the body.
I used to burp the vowels when I was a child, but that's
with Orange Crush soda.
Yeah, something like that. I want to ask you about the current trend because I know we talked about that and that was sort of a little unsettling. What are you seeing in the hospital these days?
Oh, there's
age-wise,
and we're seeing it all over the news too of people younger and younger being diagnosed with cancer.
Yep. And
that is really unsettling. And, I'm seeing it all in the news and nobody's really able to pinpoint why. Yeah. There's so many ideas why, of course. Yeah. But in the news, there was an article the other day about colon cancer and also with breast cancer, seeing it younger. And since I've been doing this for 15, 16 years, I'm seeing younger patients as well. And so something's shifted in our world. All of it. I think all of it has shifted.
30s, you're seeing it? Because you were young back when you got it.
Was considered young.
Because normally it's like 60s to 70s, right? Which is sort of like
But now we're seeing 30s, 20s. It's, there is something going on and, and again, they can't really pinpoint what it is, but I do know, and I think everyone would agree to this, is that we need to get a grasp on wellness.
Yes.
And, and really, sort of changing that definition of wellness. Yeah. It's not like, I have to go, to a place and sit for 8 days. And it's how do we eat better? We just saw that story in the newspaper about really highly processed foods but we all know this.
We know that.
We know we need to eat better, but how do we deal with the environment?
Well, that's the thing. Like
all these things,
organic foods, grass-fed meat, et cetera, et cetera. Nonetheless, there's still toxins out there.
Exactly.
That we don't even know about, that we don't know. We just don't know.
Right. But luckily we do know some things with breast cancer of like managing our weight.
Yep.
Exercising, limiting, or just not drinking.
For God's sake.
I know. It's dumb. But at least we know some things and at least we have these amazing tests for that.
Yeah.
We have mammograms. We have, ultrasounds.
Thank God, as we said.
We have colonoscopies.
I know.
These are wonderful. So people need to go out and get them.
Got to do it.
Like there's just no reason to have these. But there is definitely something has shifted in this. It's just changing. And I guess that's normal. The longer we're here, the more we're going to see these shifts and maybe more people are getting these tests and more people are going to the doctors also could be a possibility as well.
Early. Yeah.
But,
and that's the thing too my doctor said to me too at Mount Sinai, which was amazing because that's where I did all my treatment. Amazing place.
Oh, it really is.
But my doctor said, this is not what's going to kill you. This was a wake-up call. Early detection is the key on anything.
Yes.
Whether it's heart disease or diabetes or high blood pressure, et cetera. There are ways to mitigate it. It's like, you're not going to necessarily cure things, but at least you will know how to take care of it, hopefully.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's got to be really good to hear that.
Totally was. Look, the whole thing is scary.
Oh,
You've been through it. The whole thing is a big fat question.
Absolutely. Yeah. And it follows you for the rest of your life.
Right. But that's why we say, I'm just going to do it. Yeah. I'm just going to do whatever.
I just don't care.
Right. Yeah. The We Don't Care Club.
We Don't Care
So
Club.
Tell us about, let's synthesize massage therapy as medicine, right? That what exactly, if we say sort of we know it's medicine, what does it do for us physiologically?
Well, I had mentioned about bringing the body into the relaxation response, which we want to get into homeostasis. Yep. And that's that balance. So that way when the, exterior things are coming at us, our body is able to deal with that. But also massage therapy, especially in a hospital setting for seriously ill and cancer patients, can help with pain relief.
Yeah.
And nausea.
That's real.
Yeah. And that's
totally real.
Yeah.
Pain relief, nausea.
Anxiety.
Totally.
Depression.
Yes.
Better sleep.
Yes.
Helping with fatigue.
Yep.
I mean, these are things that even a massage, outside of the hospital does as well.
It does. And there's data now.
Yes.
There's data
now
that proves that now, which makes me happy.
Yes.
Because, everybody thought it was woo-woo and it's really not.
Yeah. No, it's
actual stuff.
It would be weird if touch didn't do a thing.
I know.
It's very strange because, there's good touch and there's bad touch, but of course touch.
Yeah.
Good intentioned touch.
Yeah.
And for me, seeing somebody that's in a very high state of pain where their brow is furred, they're like fist clenching. And I have watched somebody from my team give a patient like that a massage. And again, it's an adapted massage. It's not your traditional, they're not getting on a massage table, but they've had a massage that their hands are relaxed. The brow is relaxed. Their eyes are closed and their breathing has changed.
Beautiful.
So right there, to me, it's
satisfying, right?
Because they feel safe. Yeah. They can sort of help that pain ease.
Yeah.
Wherever it's going, but just, we all know that when we're like this and somebody puts their shoulders, you find yourself
yes. You're like, someone's caring for me. You feel cared for.
Exactly.
It's beautiful. So then how do people bring this home? What do you suggest people do to bring things home?
Yeah. Well, with massage, it's expensive in this city, but there are places that are very good and they're licensed massage therapists to go see.
That's key.
Yes.
They're licensed, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Because, unlicensed massage therapists don't have any training. So they might, if you're not really healthy, who knows what could happen. A trained massage therapist is always the best to go see.
I was just, sidebar on that. Yeah. I was thinking about our conversation and I went and I got a manicure yesterday and the woman who did it gave me this massage and she had such strong hands and I was sitting there. She gave me a little massage, when you're dry. Yeah. Oh my gosh, it hurts so badly. And I thought of you and I was like, I don't think Jennifer would approve of this at all.
Well, would you want 90 minutes of that?
No.
Where you're actually sweating because it's so painful and then you leave and you pay them all this money and you're like thanks. Ouch. And you're like, if I have an injury, a sports, or I've just done something that's particularly needed, sure. But a 90-minute massage of just heavy-handed,
owie.
Ooh, it does not sound good. But, also too with massage, it's also more about consistency. Yeah. So if somebody can afford to go every season.
Yeah.
The body starts adapting to that. If you can go, sure, every month would be great. Every week would even be better. But if you can go every season, do that.
Okay.
That actually is very helpful. But also, if you have a partner or a friend, even just trading shoulder massages back and forth, if you're having just some aches and pains are really important. Or if you're just sitting with, your partner at home and how good does that feel if you put your feet up on the couch and then they just start massaging your feet without asking?
It's the best.
But making that part of a ritual, maybe setting a timer because, it's funny, my boyfriend might do it and it's after 3 minutes, my hands hurt. And it's 3 minutes.
Right.
Man, I do this all day.
I know. Turn it up.
Yes. So you set, maybe you set the timer for 5 minutes per foot, but it just feels so good. So there's ways to incorporate touch to just help with stress levels. It doesn't have to be I have to go to the spa to get this type of massage. We do know there's we can do some modified touch to help that.
Yeah.
Also, there are some good places that you can look for like acupressure points.
That you can do for yourself on your hands,
my favorite
right?
is Palliative Anxiety.
What's that?
Which is on your hand between these two fingers. Yeah. If you draw a line, there's that natural divot.
Yep.
Where it drops.
Yeah.
Yep. I don't know if you even notice this. People rub this spot all the time normally in life.
No, just as
general.
Without knowing
that
it's the palace of what?
Anxiety.
It's the palace of
anxiety. So you want to give it a nice firm, not to the point where it's like a firm hold, but no one knows you're doing it. You can do this while you're waiting at the doctor's office, or if you're feeling like, do that, and do that on both hands.
Both hands? Okay.
Do it for a partner, a child, anybody that's having a little moment of anxiety.
Okay.
This is so helpful.
I love that. The palace of we were learning so much
anxiety.
From today.
Yeah. This is my whole team. We all love this spot. We teach all our patients that.
I love that.
It's great.
And, you said too that YouTube has great videos that you can do, or like online Zoom. You can find an online Zoom Reiki or meditation or that kind of stuff.
Exactly.
It's there.
And again, there are like going to Swedish Institute in New York City and also Pacific College.
Okay.
They have clinics.
Oh.
You can sign up for their clinic and you get a student, and the massage is really affordable. So why not go and do that? And you can do that more regularly if it fits in your budget.
That's a treat.
Still a student, but they're working really hard because they really want to impress you.
Wow.
So why not?
That is such a great idea.
You don't have to spend $400 at a spa. You can get a really good massage at a place, again, as long as they're licensed.
Because they do the intake then. That's what you had said too with the license.
If you have anything ever going on with you, you never want to just kind of roll the dice on that, because, people have been injured by people that don't know what they're doing.
No.
And especially if you're going through an illness of any kind and you're getting massage. Most spas now do have people that have advanced training, which is wonderful. And if they don't, you just find a spa that does.
That's great. And it's easy to do. It's easy to find.
Especially in New York City.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I would imagine. Wait, okay. Just one thing that I had to ask you, is it a myth or is it real? Mm. Can you actually get a massage when you're pregnant?
You can.
And what about on your feet?
Yes.
You can?
You can. There's a few rules of thumb. And again, it's dependent on each person and their OBGYN. Yeah. Usually in the first trimester, massage is kind of like, maybe not your thing. It's just because, and we all know in a first trimester, everybody's at a little bit of a higher risk of possible miscarriage. Yep. So you don't want to be doing things that might possibly
rock the boat.
Exactly. Not that massage intentionally would do that, but so usually second and third trimester is fine. There's parts that we modify again. We don't just put you flat on your back.
No.
We roll you a little to the left and put a pillow here.
Yeah.
So you're tilted a little bit.
Yeah.
And we put you in a semi-reclined position.
Yeah.
I never put people on their tummies.
I had a thing that had a hole where your tummy goes.
Yeah. If it's bolstered properly, that's okay. But it does feel weird. But I do prenatal massage side lying, which is fine for patients. Yeah. And we don't do heavy, deep tissue massage on the legs because pregnant women have a higher risk of possible blood clots.
That's right.
So we're not going to be wanting to show you how strong we are on the legs. So we just kind of lighten up there. Belly massage, which is my favorite to do in women who's pregnant. It's not deep work, of course. It's very light. It's very supportive. It's wonderful, especially when the baby
feel the
kicking.
baby moving.
I do.
Oh my God, it's the greatest.
I've seen feet.
Oh, don't you love that?
Kick my hand, and it's so cool. And the mom is sleeping the whole time.
Yeah.
And so I'm just like, oh my gosh, your baby's kicking. This is amazing.
My daughter used to her heel used to go down my stomach. Oh. I would try and grab her, but
it's really cool.
Yeah.
So there are definitely modifications that we make. And, most people that do go get massages for prenatal, they are certified for this.
Yeah,
and so there's just some acupressure places that we avoid, but you can get massage on your feet. You just tell somebody just to lighten up. There's no need to, try and elicit any labor points on somebody that's not in labor.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Good plan.
Yeah.
Okay. Listen, girl. We have had, there's so much here. There's so many nuggets. I'm going to look at this again and write these little Jennifer nuggets. So as we say goodbye for the moment, can you just give us sort of a wrap up thought that you would love to leave people with?
Find your wellness. Mm-hmm. and think outside the wellness box. Cause right now wellness is a buzzword.
Yeah.
And there's boxes for it of like, how's your yoga practice? How's your meditation? How's your bar class? But
it's overwhelming.
Start looking inward and what brings you joy, what brings you relaxation. Yeah. And it can just be vacuuming the house. Might bring you peace, but finding things that actually get you into that place where you're just not buzzing in the monkey brain is super important. Supporting each other too, of finding ways of what wellness might be, getting together with a girlfriend and just talking like this.
Yeah, I love it.
This feels great.
Doesn't it?
I mean, it's fantastic. And also another thing I had thought about the other day, really being okay with the answer of, I don't know. Right now we're inundated in this world with social media, the news, politics, everything, with so much information that we're so trained. If someone asks us something, we have to give all this information. Yeah. It's like this. And especially with our own health, we are looking for so many answers. So we see the acupuncturist. We want to ask them why, how, all these. Yeah. But also it's okay to be like, you know what? I just don't know.
That actually makes me feel calm. Just hearing you say that, it's like permission.
Yeah.
Just to say,
I don't know. Yeah. If people are asking me in the hospital about a certain thing and, our brains go, oh, we'll make something up or say something that sounds spiffy. And it's like, you know what? I don't know. But I might be able to find out for you the answer, or just being okay with, I just don't know.
I love it.
Yeah.
Wow. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. This has
been incredible.
Wonderful.
Yeah, you're amazing. I always knew that, but now I feel even more. So
and thank you for making this so much fun to do.
Isn't it fun?
Oh, this was so much fun.
It's so fun.
Yeah.
All right, Jen. Well, I'll see you again.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Take care.
Bye. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Inside the Well Space. Subscribe now on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, or wherever you listen to your podcasts.